All right, y'all. So I'm going to give y'all another video, another topic we could talk about. Let's talk about miscarriages. I don't think I ever dived into my miscarriage. I'll let y'all know that I did have one before RJ. So my baby is 11 and I got 4 kids. So it was about 12 years ago when I had my miscarriage. And y'all, a miscarriage is not a walk in a fucking park. A miscarriage is really emotional, physical trauma, like, period. I'm not saying it's more trauma as like having a baby, but you do go through labor just like you're having a baby. When you're having it natural, I had my miscarriage natural. Like, I didn't have what is that? A vacuum. They had to suck a vacuum or whatever. I didn't have none of that. Or a DNC. I didn't have to get a DNC. So how it really happened was I found out I was pregnant, right? And then I don't know why. Oh, I found out I was pregnant. And then I started to have a little bit of spotting. And I'm like, this ain't normal. This ain't normal. This ain't normal in my brain. So I go to the hospital. They was like, they checked me. They said I wasn't dilated. They said that I was, bleeding, but my hormones was going down. They said I was having a miscarriage. Y'all, I was young then. I was like 19. Yeah, I was 19 years old when I had my miscarriage. And I just didn't know, like, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm fit to be a mom. And then 3 days later, I find out that I'm losing the baby. The baby never formed a heartbeat. It never formed nothing. Like, the baby was literally still a circle. Like, it was nothing in there. Even when they did the ultrasound again, it was nothing. It was just a circle. So, y'all, I was so traumatized. I was so traumatized. I was just crying and crying and crying. So I went home to my mom because I was staying with Bay at the time. And so I went home to my mom. I was just like, you know what? I want to go back. I just kept saying I wanted to go back to my husband. I want to go back. I want to go back home to him. I want to go back home to him because he was the only person that could comfort me at this time because I was just so shook. Like, what in the world? Why? What did I do to deserve to lose a whole human in my mind? And so once I got there, I didn't know at that time that you still was going to have labor and everything. So I went through my contractions. It took days for this to happen. It wasn't like a one-day process. As I'm remembering it, at least took 3 days. And I was just having contractions back to back. But I didn't know at the time. I don't think I knew it was contractions. I just was hurting real bad. And I was taking ibuprofen and Tylenol. And I was having those like every so often. It was hurting so bad. So I finally passed it, like passed the baby and everything. And it was just, it looked like a big old blood clot at that point. It looked like a big old blood clot. I was like 5 weeks. And I probably was less than that, honestly, because every time I get pregnant, they push my due date back. I don't ovulate like everybody else. I ovulate late. So, so after that happened, then here come the baby blues. I didn't even know I had baby blues at this time. My mind was just going back and forth, like, why me? I was just crying. I was like, I want my baby back. 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 I just kept saying that. And then, after you have a miscarriage, it's just like you having a whole baby. Your chest fills up with milk. You go through, your chest fills up with milk, and then you go through baby blues. It's like you go through the same thing. You're grieving all over again. It was so terrible. And I would never wish that on nobody. It's horrible losing a whole baby. Like one of these. That's all I keep thinking about. This could have been a baby that's standing here today. But the doctor did tell me, like, once I got pregnant, I never had no symptoms. Like, I never had no symptoms of like being hungry, no cravings, no morning sickness, no nothing. And they was just like, when you don't have that, not necessarily, I'm not saying everybody go through that, but that's what the doctor told me. Sometimes if you don't have no morning sickness or anything like that, that's telling your body that your hormones is not going high enough, that the baby is not okay. So that's what I was told. And she told me to try again. Next time I try again, it'll probably be successful, because it was just a miscarriage or whatever. My body probably just didn't know what to do at that time. But it was really bad. Like, y'all, I was so hurt. How can you be so... I wasn't expecting to have a baby, but it was definitely hurtful just to think. Even if I went through a miscarriage now, I probably would be so hurt. Like, I'm not pregnant, but I'm just saying, if I ever did, I'll be so hurt. But yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that, what I went through. You know, it was rough. And if anybody else went through it, just let me know down below.